Yeah. So coming to the earlier session, what we have discussed, we are going to cover in this course. What are all the things we are going to cover in this course until you get a job? I'm going to provide the support to you. I will share my mail ID also. You can directly send a mail to me. Can you able to see my screen? Can you able to see my screen, everyone? Yeah. Thanks, Vaishali. And what about others? Uh, Shravya, what about you? Can you able to see my screen? Yeah, fine. So, as I told you in this course, I am going to cover manual testing and automation testing with Selenium and Java. Java also I am going to teach for you, and knowledge on web services or API, as well as DB testing part. We are going to learn the SQL part. Okay, so these are all the various things we are going to learn in our software testing, so that we can able to get a job for the current days market. Whatever the current days market will be there. If we know all these things, anywhere we will go, we will get a job. In today's focus, let me focus on testing terminologies are there. Let me focus on these terminologies. First, what is requirement? Requirement is something like customer needs. On what basis we are going to develop the application? That is talks about the requirements. Requirement is something like customer needs. So customer needs, who is going to provide the requirements to the entire team. So that we are going to cover. So that we are going to get it from the customer. Based on those requirements, we are going to perform the testing on our application or developing on our application. So requirement is something like customer needs. Okay, or customer specifications. Customer specifications. Okay, so so who will provide the requirements for us? The client will provide the requirements for us. On what basis we need to develop the application or we need to test the application? So those needs provided by the customer, based on those needs, we are going to perform testing on our application or developing on our application. So requirements will be provided by the client. Okay, so on basis of requirements only, we are going to develop the application and test the application. And as a tester, what is our job? As a tester, what is our job? We need to verify entire application is working according to the client requirements or not. So that is the job of a tester. We need to verify application is whether working according to the client requirements or not. that we need to verify. If it meets all the client requirements, then we can say that application is having quality. That is a quality application. Okay, so as a tester, we need to verify entire application is working according to the client needs or not. If any deviation is happening, what we need to do as a tester, we need to update it to the development team saying that it is not working according to the requirement. Then development people will fix it and send it back to you, and again we need to perform the retesting on it. So that is the whole process. So we need to perform the testing on our application. Any deviations, anything is not working according to the requirement, then our job is to report those issues to the development team and get it fixed. Based on that, yeah, we are going to continue with the our testing part. So that is the job of a tester. And as I told you, so the tester responsibilities, manual testing. What are all the responsibilities of a manual tester? So the responsibilities includes understanding the requirements. It includes understanding the just I'm giving a high level overview to you. What are all the responsibilities of a tester? Understanding the requirements given by client, analyze those requirements and prepare the test plan, prepare test scenarios and test cases, prepare test scenarios and test cases, execute test cases, analyze results, reports back to the development team. Once it is fixed, perform retesting and continuously daily or reporting. We need to report it to the client. These are all the responsibilities of a manual tester. Understanding the requirements given by client, analyze those requirements, preparing the test plan. Usually test plan will be prepared by your test lead or test manager will do that. Prepare test scenarios and test cases. And what is scenario and what is test case? Test scenario is a high level verification point, whereas test case is a low level verification point. So we are going to derive the test cases from scenarios. So let me take a Gmail login functionality. So verifying the login functionality is a scenario. In that login, whatever you are verifying, each and every case is a test case. Okay, I will explain you in the future sessions how to write the scenarios, how to write the cases and all. Yeah. So next, execute the test cases. Execution the test cases means based on the test cases, you are going to perform validation on your application, and you need to verify how many test cases are working, how many test cases are not working. When you say test case is working, whenever the actual and expected results are same, then we can say it is working fine. What is the actual result and expected result? Expected means based on the requirement document, what you are expecting from the application is the expected result. What is the actual result? Actual result is something like what application is giving to you. What application is giving to you. That is the actual result. So whatever you are expecting and whatever the application is giving, both are matching, then the test case will be passed. Else the test case will be failed. Actual result means what application is giving. Expected means what you are expecting from the requirement document. So if both are matching, then the test case is passed. Else your test case will be failed. When test case is failed, what we need to do? We need to send it to the development team for fixing. Once after they fix the issue, then we need to perform the again retesting on that functionality, and we need to confirm whether it is working fine or not. Yeah. So and then so these are all the uh, manual testers responsibilities. If at all you are having you are keeping 3 to 4 years or 4 to 5 years experience, these are all the responsibilities of a tester. Okay, if at all you are having any gap and all, you can keep. That depends on the how much level of knowledge you are having. Okay, you no need to worry about the knowledge part. I'm ready to share you whatever is required for you to get a job. Everything I'm going to cover to you. You no need to worry about that. Just what you need to do is you need to follow and practice the things, whatever the assignments I am giving. Just try to complete them. That's it. Remaining everything I will take care. You no need to worry. Yeah, so these are all the manual responsibilities. So if you know, understand the test plan, understand the requirements, preparing the scenarios and test cases, execute them. So that's it. That is the responsibilities of a manual tester. But manual testing, very less openings will be there. Though the company is having manual testing requirement, but still they are recruiting the automation people only because they want to utilize for both manual and automation. So in that case, yeah, you need to learn along with manual testing, you need to learn Selenium also. Nowadays, Selenium is very booming. If you know Selenium very well, you can get a job in short span of time. There is no doubt about it. So Java also very easy. That too, we are using only 5% of the Java only. Remaining 95% we don't need. So yeah, if you know all these things like knowledge on manual testing and automation testing and web services part, DB part. So these four are key areas nowadays market to get a job. These four are the key areas to get a job. If you know all these things, getting a job is very, very easy. Getting a job is very, very easy. You no need to worry about the job. First to focus on these 2 months course. First to focus on only these 2 months course. Whatever I am telling, just try to practice it. That's it. You don't need much more than this to get a job. Okay, fine. So let me discuss some terminologies in the software testing. So requirement. What is requirement? So customer needs or customer specifications. Whatever the uh, customer wants the application to develop, those all needs will be given by the client. For example, SBI online banking is there. Who is the client for that? SBI bank is the client. SBI is giving the requirements to develop his online banking application. So SBI is using that application for their customers. So here SBI is the client for us. For example, SBI is giving a project to the Infosys company. So Infosys company will get each and every requirement from SBI to develop his application. So in that case, SBI is the client for us. Okay, SBI is the client for us. So requirements is something like customer needs or customer specifications. Okay, next, what is software testing? What is software testing? So software testing is something like, so testing the software whether it is working correctly or not. Testing the software whether it is correctly working fine or not. So already we know how to test the different things in our regular life. But in software testing, we are going to learn how to test the software whether it is meeting all the customer specifications or not, whether it is meeting all the customer needs or not. Okay, so that we need to verify. Software testing is something like testing the software application whether it is meeting, whether it is meeting all the customer needs or not, or specifications or not. That is about the software testing. Software testing is something like testing the software application whether it is meeting all the customer needs or not. Okay, so requirement is something like customer needs. Okay, software testing is something like testing the software application whether it is meeting all the customer needs or not. So what is the tester's job, guys? Tester job is to deliver the quality application to the client. When you can say the application is quality, whenever you feel that no bugs are there in your application, then you can say your application is having quality. So if something is deviating, if some of the functionalities are not working according to the requirement, then you need to report it to the development team and get it fixed, and again you need to perform the retesting on it. Okay, so that how it is going to work. What is automation testing? Automation testing is something like testing the application with the help of tool. Testing the application with the help of tool. With help of tool. So any tool. Now in this course we're going to learn Selenium tool. We're going to learn Selenium tool, but any tool. It may be a QTP UFT or Rational Robot or Tosca. So many tools are there in the market, but very booming nowadays is Selenium. And Selenium is also very easy if you practice it. Okay, yeah. Automation testing, testing the application with the help of tool, any tool. So in this case we're going to learn Selenium. So Selenium is very easy, guys. Again I am telling, just little practice is required. So automation testing means because of the some of the drawbacks in manual testing. So those drawbacks are like manual testing will take more time, more resources, more budget. So there is no repeatability. You want to run manual testing, you need to execute all the test cases every day. So every day you need to execute all those test cases. No alternative for that. If you automate those test cases with the help of tool, daily you want to execute, just night time you are going to start the run, and you can able to see next day morning all the results, how many are passed, how many are failed. So that is the advantage with automation testing. Okay, so next, how we can define quality. How we can define quality? So quality is something like bug free application we need to deliver to the client. We need to deliver bug free application to the client, a defect free application to the client, then we can say that application is having quality. Okay, so whenever we confirm that bug free or defect free, then we can say that that application is having quality. Okay, that is a quality application. Bug free or defect free will be there, then we can say that application is a quality application. So as a tester, our job is to deliver the quality application to the client. That is the job of a tester. Though it is a manual testing or automation testing, our job is to deliver quality application to the client. When you can say application is having quality, whatever the test cases you prepared, you are going to execute all those test cases, and you are going to verify actual and expected results. If both are matching, all the test cases are matching, then you can say that application is having quality application. Okay, job of a tester is deliver the quality application to the client. Okay, so, and there are two things will be there, two type of applications, projects and products. Okay, what is project and what is product? So project is something like the client is giving the requirements. Client is giving the requirements, like as I told you, SBI net banking we need to develop. That is a project. That is used by the only SBI. Okay. So, or you are giving your own requirements and you are stitching a shirt for you. That is also based on your requirements. You are designing the particular shirt, okay, or dress, whatever it is. So if client is giving the requirements to develop his application, that is a project. Okay, that is a project. So because based on his specifications, we are going to develop the application. Based on his specifications, we are going to develop the application. So that is about the project. Project is something like client is giving the requirements to develop the application. Client is giving the requirements to develop the application. Okay. So that is a project. Then what is product? Product is something like whatever you get it ready-madely in the market. Those all are products only. For example, you go to some supermarket or shopping mall, you are identifying some shirt which is suiting with you. For that shirt, are you giving any requirements? No. The company has his own requirements and they are stitching it and they are making available. So ready-madely available to anybody. So those are nothing but products. Let me take Microsoft Office is there, MS Office. That is a project or product. MS Office, Microsoft is developed for everyone. Nobody has given the requirements to Microsoft. Microsoft in itself gathered the requirements and they developed it. So project and product testing wise, everything is same. You no need to worry about that. But only the process wise, project means you will get the requirements from the client. Product means you will get the requirements by its own the company. Company own, they are going to develop the applications and they are releasing into the market ready-madely available to anybody. Or Maruti cars are there. Those are products or projects. Maruti car requirements gathered by the Maruti or Suzuki. They gather the requirements and they developed a car and they are releasing it into the market. Whoever likes it, they can buy it and they can use it. So the difference between project and product is project, the requirements you will get it from the client. Product, the requirements, the company itself will gather and develop the applications. So many examples you can take. Ready-madely, whatever is available in the market, those all are products. Okay, it may be a MS Office, it may be a Skype, it may be a Zoom meeting, all are products. Projects means, yeah. So the applications like SBI net banking, only they can use SBI customers only. That is a project. Okay. Or you are giving specified order to some sweet shop with your specifications, that is a project. Or ready-madely you are buying some sweet, that is a product. Or with your specifications you are asking them to prepare a sweet, that is a project. So like this, how the project and products will be there, but the difference here is simple difference. Like project, you are going to get the requirements from the client. Product, the company itself will gather the requirements and they are going to develop it. But coming to the testing wise, project and product both are same. There is no difference in testing wise. So we no need to worry about project testing and product testing and all. Okay. So the next terminology is quality assurance. And the next one is quality control. Okay. So what is quality assurance? Quality assurance is something like we are going to assure the quality of our application to the client. We need to give the guarantee to the client that we are following the right process and we can able to deliver you right product to you, right application to you. That is about the quality assurance. We are assuring the quality of the, we are assuring the quality of the application by following different standards. By following different standards. So finally, what quality assurance is telling is whether we are uh, whether we are assuring the quality of the application, we are assuring the quality of the application, whether it is whether we are doing or giving right product to the customer or not. We need to give the right product to the customer. We need to give the right product to the customer. That we need to verify. Whether we are giving right product to the customer or not, we need to verify. So that is about the quality assurance. Quality assurance is something like we are assuring the quality of the application by following different standards. We are assuring the quality of the application by following different standards. What are all the standards we are following? So like in the quality assurance, different things will be there like reviews, walkthroughs, inspections will be there. Okay. So quality assurance, whatever the work we are doing, whatever the work we are doing, we need to review that work. We need to show it to, sorry, we need to show it to our manager or lead, whether it is correct or not. And we need to share it with the client also. And we will ask client time and go through it, whether it is correct or not. So see what will happen is usually if you are doing something, if you did not share with the other person, you don't know what are all the mistakes you are doing. If you did not share with the other person to review, you don't know what are all the mistakes you are doing. That is the reason in testing, whatever the work we are doing, it should be reviewed by others. It should be reviewed by others. Then only we will come to know what are all the mistakes we are doing. Then only we will come to know what are all the mistakes we are doing. So that how it is going to work actually. So whatever the mistakes we are doing, we need to know actually. So quality assurance talks about assuring the quality of the application, giving guarantee to the client whether we are going to deliver right product to you or not. How we are going to assure or giving guarantee to the client we are delivering right product to the customer based on the reviews, walkthroughs, and inspections. In the coming sessions, I will explain you what is review, what is walkthrough, what is inspection and all. Okay. But keep in mind, quality assurance is the technique. It is a verification technique. It is a verification technique where we are going to verify each and everything whether we are doing right or not. By following the reviews and walkthroughs inspections, we are going to verify that. Quality control. Quality control means perform, but quality assurance when you are going to do before you get the application from the customer, before you get the application from the customer, before you get the application from the development team, you're going to do all your tasks. Tasks may be, as I told you, these all. So these all tasks, are we doing right or not? We need to verify. Are we doing correct or not? We need to verify. So yeah, each and everything we need to verify whether we are doing right or not. That is about the quality assurance. Quality control, see, we all are coming under quality control. Perform actual validation. It means executing your test cases, and you need to verify whether application is working correctly or not. That is what quality control. Quality control is something like executing your test cases and you need to verify whether it is working fine or not, whether it is meeting all the customer requirements or not, whether it is not having any deviations. So that we need to verify it in the quality control. Quality control means actual validation, actual test case execution, we need to do it. But quality assurance, before you are going to execute the test cases, you need to verify all your documentations includes your test scenarios, your test cases, everything you need to verify whether it is correct or not. So that is the difference between quality assurance and quality control. But usually in the inside of a company, there is a separate team will be there. They will take care of this part, and this part will be done by the testing team. Okay, so separate team will be there for quality assurance, they will take care of that. And quality control, yes, so testing team need to do it. Actual validations and all we need to perform. So that is what we need to do in the, yeah, that is what we need to do in the quality control. So quality assurance and quality control. Yeah, quality assurance means you are assuring the quality of the application. Quality control is something like we are performing the actual validations, actual testing, and we need to verify whether it is working according to the customer requirements or not. So these are all about the quality assurance and quality control. As I told you, verification is coming under quality assurance and validation is coming under quality control. So verification means you're going to verify each and everything right from beginning to now. Right from beginning to now, you need to verify each and everything. That is quality assurance. Validation means quality control. You need to validate each and every functionality, whether it is working correctly or not. That is about the quality control. So verification part is coming under quality assurance. Validation part is coming under quality control. Okay. So any doubts so far? Vaishali or Sri?
No, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vaishali. What about you, Sri? Sri, are you there? You are on mute, Sri. Sri, are you there? Okay. So next terminology is what is bug and what is defect, what is remark. So bug is something like you are identifying some deviation on the requirements. Something is something is not working according to the requirement. Something is not working according to the requirement, that is a bug. Bug is testing point of view. When developer accepts that as a valid bug, then we can call it as a defect. Or developer rejected your issue, then that is a remark. So bug is deviation to the requirement from testing side. From testing side is bug. Okay. So you are executing your test cases. Actual and expected results are not matching. Actual and expected results are not matching. Then we can say that is a bug. What we need to do as a tester, we need to send those bugs to the development team. We need to send those bugs to the development team. Then what development team is going to do? They are going to validate from their end whether that functionality is working or not. If that functionality is not working, then they will approve that bug. Then we can call it as a defect. Then call it as a defect. Okay. So defect is something like Accepted bug is a defect. Accepted bug is a defect. Remark. Rejected bug is a remark. Okay. So you understand some other way. You understand some other way and you raised a bug to the development team. But actually that functionality is working. But your understanding is wrong. In that case, development team will reject your issue, saying that it is working fine. Then we can call it as a remark. And one more thing, if more remarks are there from testing side, then it is a black mark for us. When we will get more remarks, if we did not understand the functionality, and we are keep on raising the issues to the development team, but they are keep on rejecting, it means that testing team is not clear with the requirements. It means that testing team is not clear with the requirements. So that is what about the bug, defect and remarks. So bug is the one where we are going to raise it to the development team. Once they accepted it, it is a defect. Once they rejected it, it is a remark. It is a remark. So these are all the few terminologies available with us. These are all the few terminologies available with us. Okay, let me brief you on all these again. So manual responsibilities, I hope everybody is clear for now. Manual responsibilities is understanding the requirements and analyzing the requirements, preparing the test scenarios, prepare the test plan, which is done by test lead or test manager, prepare test scenarios and test cases, that we need to do it. Okay, that we need to do it as a tester, manual tester. So next, once we get the application from the development team, we need to execute those test cases and we need to analyze those results, how many are working, how many are not working. When you can say something is not working, so your actual and expected results are not matching. Actual means what application is giving. Expected means what you are expecting from the requirement. If both are not matching, then you can say the test case is fail. When test cases fail, what we need to do? We need to send it to the development team, because as a tester, we cannot fix the bug. Our job is to find the bugs. Development job is to fix those bugs. So when any deviation is there, we need to send that bug to the development team. So they will analyze and they will go through the bug and they will try to reproduce the bug in their environment. If they are able to reproduce, then they're going to accept it. Then we can call it as a defect. So, and then see, bug reporting need to happen. Once they fixed it, again we need to do the retesting. We need to do the retesting. Once retesting is done, we need to perform the regression testing. I will tell you what is regression testing and retesting and all. Yeah. So next we need to send everything to the reports to the client. These are all the responsibilities of a tester. And terminologies wise, requirement is something like customer needs or customer specifications. That is about the requirement. Customer needs or customer specifications is about the requirement. Software testing. What is software testing? Testing the software application, whether it is meeting all the client requirements or not. That is about the software testing. Automation testing, testing the app with the help of tool. Okay, testing the app with the help of tool. Here in this course, we are going to learn Selenium is the tool. What is quality? Bug-free or defect-free application, we can call it as a quality. Aim of tester is to deliver the quality application to the client. That is the agenda for the manual tester or automation tester. Identify the bugs and get it fixed and deliver the quality application to the client. Then we can say that application is quality application. What is project and product? Project means client will give you the requirements and you are going to perform the development and testing. Whereas product, The company itself will gather the requirements and they're going to develop the application and release it into the market. Anybody can buy and anybody can use it. Okay. So ready-madely, whatever you are getting in the market, those all are products. Or you are giving your own specifications to develop the application. That is project. So quality assurance and quality control is something like assurance means we are following some standards like reviews, walkthroughs, and inspections. Okay, to deliver you right product to the client. So that is coming under verification. We are going to verify each and everything whether it is correct or not. Simple example: you want to buy 100 items from the supermarket. Your mother asked you to bring 100 items. What you are going to do? Note it down all the 100 items on the paper. Before going to supermarket, you are going to check all those 100 items with your mother whether everything is covered or not. That is nothing but verification. That is nothing but verification. Once you go to supermarket and bring all the 100 items to your home, your mother is cross checking all the 100 you brought or not. That is validation. That is validation. Okay. So if mother will verify all the 100 items before going to supermarket, that is verification. What is the advantage of that? If any item is missed, we can add it. We can assure, okay, all the items are covered in that list. Anyway, same items only, same paper only taking by the, we are taking it to the supermarket and surely we will get all those items. But once we get all those items from the supermarket, we need to verify whatever the items we have given, everything he brought or not. That is validation. Okay. So verification is something like how we are going to verify that by using reviews, walkthroughs, and inspections. In the coming sessions, I will help you on that. What is review, what is walkthrough, and what is inspection. But quality control, we are performing using validation. Validation means actual testing. Whatever the test cases you have written, you need to execute all of them. You need to execute all of them, whether it is correct or not. That is nothing but the validation part. Bug part, yes. What is bug? Deviation to the requirement from testing side is a bug. What is defect? Bug is accepted by the development team as a valid issue, then that is a defect. And what is remark? Rejected bugs are called as remarks. If more remarks we are having, we can say the testing team is not strong enough to understand the requirements. There is lack in understanding the requirements. See, when one bug will be rejected by the development team, it means that you did not understand the requirement properly from testing team. Means that testing team is not clear with the requirement. Testing team is not at all clear with the requirement. Then only more rejected bugs will come, then only more remarks will come. If more remarks are coming, then it means that testing team is lack of understanding on the requirements. Okay. So these are all the few terminologies available. I think you need to know before going to the further concepts. Okay. So far what we have seen, what is the manual tester responsibilities, what are all the various terminologies will be there. So if at all you are attending the interview and all, so usually first, if they are taking 30 to 40 minutes, first 10 to 20 minutes interview will be on manual testing. Manual testing questions they are going to ask you. Okay. So how you will write the test cases, how you will write the scenarios, and how you are understanding the requirements. Okay. What are all the critical bugs you identified so far? What are all the what is retesting, what is regression testing? So many things they may ask you on that. Okay. So in this case, in the first 20 minutes, as I told you, on manual testing, and then they will enter into the automation testing part. If you are not able to satisfy the interviewer on manual testing, then he cannot continue with Selenium, then your interview will be rejected. Okay. So mostly half an hour the interviews will happen, 30 minutes, or some interviews may happen until 40 minutes also. But Yeah, so first 10 to 15 minutes, the interview will be on manual testing. If you are able to clear the manual testing part, if interviewer feels that yes, you are telling all the answers on the manual testing, then the interviewer will goes to the Selenium part and he will ask more and more questions on automation testing part. Okay, so that is how the manual testing is very very important. Though you are going interview on automation testing, but still you should be perfect in manual testing. So some companies, what they will happen is still they are having manual requirement, but they will try to take the automation people only because they want to utilize for both manual and automation testing. So that is the reason we should be perfect in manual testing. Okay, so these all things we are going to learn very practically. Okay, very practically we are going to learn all these things. So if you know all these things, that's it. That is about the manual testing part. You need to know understanding the requirements. You need to know manual requirements. You need to know understanding those requirements. You need to know analyze the requirements and writing the scenarios and test cases. This is very very important job in manual testing. Writing the scenarios and test cases are playing very major role, and executing the test cases, analyzing the results, and bug reporting we need to do. We need to report bugs, and at the same time we need to uh, bug reporting, bugs to the development team, reports to the development team, perform retesting, and reporting to the client. These all things are very very important. So if you are clear with manual testing, all these things, surely you can able to clear the interview, no doubt about it. That is about the manual testing part, and these are all the few terminologies wherein which we required before going to the further on the manual testing part. Okay, so requirements, what is software testing, what is automation testing, what is quality, what is project, what is product, quality assurance, quality control, bug, defect, and remark. So these are all the various terminologies are there. Yeah, so let me take go ahead with the remaining things. Like next concept where we are going to learn is SDLC, software development life cycle. As I told you on the manual testing, in the interview and all, they may ask you questions on how to write the test cases, how to write the scenarios, and how to understand the test plan. What are all the various things will be there in test plan, um, and they may ask you what are all the how you are going to report the bugs, which tool you are using to report the bugs. So many questions they may shoot on manual testing part. But once you are clear with manual testing part, then understanding the automation testing is very easy. Okay. Now let me enter into the SDLC part, software development life cycle. So software development life cycle includes again 6 subphases will be there in the software development life cycle. It, it says that how one software we are going to develop and deliver to the client. How one software we are going to deliver to the client, right from beginning to the ending, right from beginning to the ending, how one software release it to the client, how one software uh, from initial phase to delivery phase, what are all the various things going to happen in the middle. That is what we are going to see in the SDLC. Again here 6 subphases will be there. Hi team, Vaishali, can you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Vaishali, are you following, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So coming to the SDLC, so software development life cycle. So many phases will be there, like 6 phases will be there. We need to understand those 6 phases, how one software will be developed and released to the client, right from beginning to the ending. How one software is developed and released to the client. So the phases are: first phase is requirements phase, second is analysis phase, design, coding, testing, delivery, and maintenance. So different SDLC models will be there. Okay, different SDLC models, software development lifecycle models will be there. So like waterfall model and V model, incremental model. So many models we are going to learn in the coming sessions. Yeah, but here we are going to see first SDLC, software development life cycle. What is the meaning of each phase? What we are doing in each phase? We are going to see what we are going to do in each and every phase. We will be seeing, and phases are same for any model, whether it may be a waterfall model or V model or incremental model or spiral model or agile model. The phases are same. We no need to worry about the phases, but we need to know what is going to happen in each and every phase. The first phase, requirements phase. In real time, what will happen in the requirements phase is what will happen in the requirements phase is, usually once we get the project from the client, usually what will happen is, the business analyst job is to gather all the requirements from the client. He is going to gather each and every requirement from the client. That is the job of a business analyst. And project manager is the boss for entire project, and project manager job is to handle both development team and testing team. Test lead, his job is to manage the testing activities. Development lead, his activities are uh, like implementing the process and the designing part and developing the application part. So these are the 4 people going to involve in requirements phase: business analyst, project manager, development lead, and testing lead. Project manager, business analyst, project manager, development lead, and testing lead, they all will go to the client location. To gather the requirements. So business analyst job is to gather each and everything and put it into a proper document, share it with all the teams. That is the job of a business analyst. Okay, project manager is the boss for entire project for both development and testing. Because why these all guys are going to the client location? Because to make each and everything more clear and understanding, these 4 people will go to the client location and they will gather all the requirements from the client. They will gather each and every requirement from the client to develop a application or to test a application. Okay, so output from the requirements phases, SRS, we can call it as software requirement specifications. We can call it as software requirements specifications, or some companies will call also it as a FRS, functional requirement specifications, or business document. We can call also it as a business document. So different companies will call it as a different names. Functional requirements specifications or business document. Okay, different companies may call it as a different names, but finally the output from the requirements phase is we are going to get the requirement document. Okay, we are going to get the requirement document. Who will prepare the document? Business analyst will prepare that document. Who are going to the client location? Business analyst, project manager, development lead, testing lead. They all are going to the client location. They all are going to the client location, and they will gather each and every requirement. If at all they are having any questions and all, they will ask to the client and get it, clarify each and every doubt they are having, and come back to the company. Business analyst will prepare the requirement document, and he will share the document with everyone in the team, like development team, testing team, architects team, DB team, everyone. He will be sharing the document with everyone. So that is what going to happen in real time. In real time, that is what going to happen in the requirements phase. Requirements phase talks about, so finally we are going to get the requirements. Requirements are something like uh, gathering the specifications from the client. So in real time, what will happen is the business analyst, project manager, development lead, and testing lead, they all will go to the client location for gathering the requirements. And once they come back to the company, business analyst will prepare the requirements document, and he will share the document with everyone in the team and make them understand the requirements. And also business analyst is going to take sessions to each and everyone in the project. He will take the sessions, everyone in the project, and business analyst job is to make everyone understand each and every requirement you gathered from the client. That is the job of a business analyst. So see, you need to understand, I am trying to cover, along with the subject, I am planning to cover real-time process also, so that if at all you are keeping any experience on it, so this will be really helpful to you. So I am trying to cover along with the subject what will happen, uh, and then I am going to cover the real-time process what is happening in the inside of a company, so that you at the end of this course you all will get to know how many, yeah, I mean, what are all the concepts are there. Conceptual knowledge you are going to get it, as well as real-time knowledge also you are going to get at the end of the course. Okay, so my intention is I want to train you or teach you on theoretical part plus practical part plus real-time part also I'm going to cover in this course, so that if at all you want to go as a fresher you can go, or you want to keep any experience you can go with that. So that is what my agenda is. I want to cover both theoretical part and practical part in this session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
I have one question in
yeah,
the requirement phase. Is the Scrum Master or the product owner involved in this requirement phase?
yes. So that is in the agile model. You are talking about those terminologies.
Yeah.
In the agile model, I will cover those things. But traditional model only I covered here. Traditional
O-
model is something like waterfall model. Okay,
Okay.
waterfall model or spiral model or V model. Based on these models I covered here, but agile process is completely different. That I
Mhm.
will try to cover in the coming sessions. Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Scrum Team, Scrum Meeting. Okay. So these are all the different terminologies in the agile model. I will try to cover that part in the agile.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So my point here is, if you know theoretical part as well as practical part, you can keep the experience like 3 to 4 years or two
Mm-hmm.
to three years, whatever is. So based on that, you will come to know. You can able to answer theoretical questions in the interview and as well as practical part also in the interview. So that will really help you to get a job, because if at all we are keeping any experience, then obviously in the interview they may ask you questions on real time, because we
Yeah.
are keeping 2 to 3 years experience means from past 3 years we are working in a company. then they may ask you questions like what you worked on, what is your experience, how you will do that, how you will do this. So these are all the different questions they're going to ask you in the interview. I don't want to take that chance. So that is the reason I'm trying to cover both theoretical part, practical part, plus real time part also. I'm planning to cover in this course. Okay. Like
Yeah.
as I told you in the salaries part, as a tester, you can demand whatever the salary you want, but that depends on the level of the interview, how you are doing. That depends on how, I mean, that depends on how we are impressing the interviewer. Based on that, yeah, in the testing, we no need to feel that jobs are less or salaries are less and all. So we no need to worry about the jobs, n number of jobs daily they are posting in different websites. Salaries also, yes, we will get it based on the skill what we are having. Okay, even 2 years people are earning 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs in some companies. So, so that is the reason. My point is there is no salaries are less, and more openings will be there for software testing. We no need to worry about that. So like that, how? But this 2 months course, every day you need to practice, try to go through my videos again and again, practice the things, whatever the assignments I am giving, follow it. And yeah, so if at all you are able to follow all these things for these 2 months, surely, yeah. And also at any time you can send a mail to me. Okay. My mail id is online testing help at gmail.com. I am sending you.
Okay.
So you can always send a mail to me. No problem. I will reply to you. What are all the questions you guys are having? You can send it to me. Yeah. So it is online testing help at gmail.com. Yeah. So like that, how, see, my intention is I don't want to learn crores of money in this training and all. But my intention is I want to give life to some people based on my knowledge. That is what my intention is. I want to train or I want to teach my people to get their jobs, to settle in their careers. That is what my aim is. So that is the reason, and also teaching is my passion. I like to teach, I like to share my knowledge. So if that is the case, so you no need to worry about any questions you are getting. So please send a mail to me. And yeah, so you can directly send a mail to me so that I will reply to you, or in the next sessions we will be discussing what are all the doubts you are having. Like that way we will continue. Okay. Yeah, but these 2 months are very much precious to us, very much valuable to us. It is a life turning period for us. We have to concentrate these 2 months on this course. Okay. So that how we will follow, and we will practice the things, learn the things, get the things. I'm going to cover each and everything very low level point of view, very low level. Anybody can understand. Okay, that is my talent. So any concept I can explain you in very easy manner, so that everybody can understand. Yeah, it will be more easy for them to get a job or clear the interviews. That's fine. So output in the requirements phase, these are all the traditional models, as I told you: waterfall model or spiral model or V model. Requirements is something like yeah, so we are going to the client location and we will gather the requirements, and business analyst will prepare the document and he will send it to the entire team for their understanding. And this document name is software requirement specifications or business requirement specifications or business document or functional requirement specifications. Different companies may call with different name. yeah, finally we're going to get these documents as the output. Next, analysis phase. Analysis phase talks about understanding these requirements. Okay. Again, in the analysis phase, again some subphases are there. Okay. So subphases like feasibility study and selection of technology and environment, requirement analysis, team building, requirement analysis, understanding document, and planning. Again, these are all the 6 subphases in the analysis phase. So in the analysis phase, again, these 6 subphases are there. It talks about feasibility study. Okay. Feasibility study means, are we able to complete this project in the given timelines or not? Are we able to complete this project in given timelines with given budget? So again, once a business analyst, project manager, test lead, development lead or come back to the company and then they're going to verify, are we able to complete this project in given timelines and given budget or not? So if they are not able to give, or if they are not able to complete in given timelines and given budget, immediately the project manager will update to the client, because of so and so requirements added, because of so and so changes added, we could not able to deliver you in on time. So please give some more time to complete the entire project. And also budget also same. See, because of so and so reason, we could not able to complete in the given budget. Yeah. So please increase the budget to so and so. So that is what going to happen in the feasibility study. Feasibility study talks about whether this project is feasible for us to complete it in given timelines, given budget or not. That is what is going to cover in feasibility study. Okay. So feasibility study will be done by the project manager, development lead, testing lead will involve. Okay. Development lead and testing lead will be involving. And yeah, so they are going to analyze whether we can able to complete it in the given timelines within given budget or not. If they feel that yes, we cannot able to do that, then they will project manager will send a mail to client asking for more time and more budget. That's it. Okay. So that is about the feasibility study part. Next, selection of technology and environment part. Selection of technology and environment. Which technology we need to choose? Let me take Java or .NET or Python, or which technology we need to take to develop the application. That will be decided in the selection of technology and environment phase. Okay. Selection of technology and environment phase is talks about which technology and which environment we need to follow. Environment means it is a which type of application is it? Is it a web application or standalone application or client server application? Which one we need to take? So selection of technology and environment means which technology we need to follow. What is the database we need to use? Either SQL Server or Oracle, MyBase or MySQL. Which database we need to use? Okay. So once technology is finalized, then the environment. Which environment it is? What type of application client is expecting? Either it may be a client server or web application or standalone application. So based on that, yes. So the project manager, development lead, and test lead, they are going to verify or select the technology and environment. Next, team building activity. So how many developers are required? How many testers are required? How many architects are required? How many database people are required? So once about two are done, like feasibility study and selection of technology and environment, here we are going to select the technology and environment. Similarly, team building activity. Team building means forming the team. Okay, form team on development, on testing, architects, DB team. Okay, different teams we are going to build it. That is about the team building activity where we are going to build our team. Once team is building is done, next requirement analysis. Analysis means usually BA will give uh, sessions to entire team, requirement sessions to entire team to understand each and every requirement given by the client. Requirement analysis talks about BA will give sessions to entire team, business analyst will give sessions to entire team, and yeah, BA will give sessions to entire team daily for 1 hour, 2 hours and all, to make everyone in the project understandable, to make everyone like architects, development team, testing team, DB team, everyone in the team make it understandable. That is what going to happen in the requirement analysis phase. Okay, BA will give sessions to entire team and his job is to make everyone in the project understand the requirements thoroughly, and he will clarify if at all any doubts we are having. Okay, next, understanding document. Once the requirements are clear, what will happen? Once the requirements are fine, everybody understood, then from testing team we need to prepare a one understanding document, how much we understood based on the requirements. Development side also they need to prepare their understanding document. We need to send those documents to the client for review. Client feels that okay, why we are sending it to the client, our understanding document is to build confidence to the client. Okay, his teams are understood the requirements properly. We need to build that level of confidence to the client. So that is the reason we will prepare the understanding documents both from the development team and testing team. We are going to send the document to the client for review. Yeah, so that is what going to happen in the understanding document. And next, planning document. So understanding document, what will happen? So we are preparing the understanding document and share it to client to build confidence on his teams, Okay, once it is done, next one is a planning. So planning part, with the help of development lead and test lead and project manager, they will prepare the plan and will send it to the client for approval. So this is the first document we are sending it to the client. So for the approval, once client feel that yes, so this plan is okay for him, the development plan and test plan is okay for him, then we are going to start with the actual project activities in the project. Okay, planning means a project plan. Usually it will be prepared by the project manager. Project manager will prepare that and will send it to client for approval. We will send it to client for approval. So this is what going to happen in the analysis phase. So feasibility study means, let me brief you on what are all the things we have discussed today. So in this course, I am going to cover manual testing and automation testing, web services and DB testing. So manual tester responsibilities, as I told you, understanding the requirements, analyze the requirements, and prepare the test plans, prepare the test scenarios and test cases, execute the test cases, analyze the results, and report the bugs to the development team for fixing, and perform retesting and regression testing, and reporting to the client in on time if at all anything. Yeah, so that is about the responsibilities of a manual tester. Terminologies what we have discussed today is requirement. Requirement is something like customer needs or customer specifications. Software testing, testing the software application whether it is meeting all the client requirements or not. Automation testing, testing the application with the help of a tool. So in this course, we're going to learn Selenium. What is quality? Bug-free or defect-free application is a quality. Product and project. For any person is giving the requirements and we are developing for him, that is a project. Or ready-madely we are buying anything in the market. So those all are coming under products. Okay. All these are products, like Zoom is a product, Microsoft Office is a product, Skype is a product. So some company is developed and they released into the market. Whoever wants it, they can buy and they can use it. Next, so what is quality assurance and what is quality control? Quality assurance talks about verifying the verification part. Quality control talks about validation part. Okay. So verification we are doing by using reviews, walkthroughs, and inspections. Validation part we are doing by doing actual testing. What is bug, defect, and remark? Bug is while raising the issue to the development team, that is a bug. Defect means once that bug is accepted by the development team, that is a defect. And all the rejected bugs are remarks. All the rejected bugs are remarks. Okay. So that is about the terminologies what we have seen. SDLC we have started, and the software development lifecycle. It says that how one software will be developed and released it into the market. How one software is developed and released it into the market, you will see based on the in the SDLC. Requirements. Okay. So the requirements phase, what will happen is business analyst, project manager, development lead, test lead will go to the client location. They will gather each and every requirement. Each and every requirement they will gather, and yeah, so they will come back to the company. Business analyst will prepare the requirement document. Business analyst will prepare the requirement document, and that document will be shared to everyone in the project, and business analyst will help each and everyone in the team to understand those requirements. Even you can take some requirement sessions to everybody in the project and to get their confidence in the understanding. That is what is going to happen in the requirements phase. Coming to the analysis phase, again 6 sub-phases are there. Feasibility study, selection of technology and environment, team building, requirement analysis, understanding document, and planning. So feasibility study talks about whether this project is feasible in the given timelines, given budget or not. Again, project manager and development lead, test lead, they all are going to verify on whether it is according to the timelines or budget or not. They will verify. Similarly, selection of technology and environment. If they understood the requirements thoroughly, then they will get idea which technology to use, which environment to use for that application. And team building, again, how many developers, how many testers, architects, and DB team. So they will analyze and they will recruit the people. If company is not having any bench strength, bench means the company has given the offer, but they are not allocated with the project. So the project manager will look for any bench strength. If anybody are their bench with those skills, then they will take from the bench, or else they will recruit from the outside. So next, requirement analysis. BA will give sessions to the entire team, and he will try to make everyone in the project confident enough on each and every requirement. Next, understanding document. Once sessions are done, everyone in the project understood the requirements. Then we are going to prepare. Understanding document, and we will send the document to the client for review. Okay. If client reviews that, then if any changes will be there, he will update, or else we are going to build the confidence to the client. Next one, planning. Okay. So project plan will be usually prepared by the project manager. It includes both development plan and test plan. And we are going to send it to the client for approval. Yeah. So this is about the analysis phase. So, sorry. So requirements phase, analysis phase are done, and we left with design phase, coding phase, testing phase, delivery, and maintenance. I will stop here for today. So any other questions from anyone?
Sir,
Yeah,
in the planning phase, you said like in the project plan, development plan and test plan, both will be included, right?
correct.
So, means this test plan is create means is developed by test lead. So it will be involved in analysis phase. Means I have that doubt.
So usually project plan contains, project plan means it is containing development plan
Hmm.
plus test plan.
Yeah.
Both will be there. So development plan will be prepared by development lead, test plan will be prepared by test lead,
Yeah.
and they will give it to the project manager. Project manager will combine all those, and he will make it as a project plan and send it to the client for approval.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So test plan is from the testing side, development plan is from development side, and
Yeah.
project plan is from entire project. When we are starting development, when we are completing, and when we
Mm-hmm.
are starting the testing, and when we are completing, when we are going to release the project to the client. Okay.
Okay.
All these with proper dates will be there. So based on that plan only, we are going to follow the development activities and as well as test activities in that.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow we will continue from design, coding, testing, and delivery maintenance. I shared you the my mail ID also. You can send any email, any doubts, anytime, whenever you are getting. I'm fine with it. So, and also try to, I will share you the material also to you.
Okay.
uh, Testing material, whatever I am writing, note down here. So material also I will be sharing with you, like manual testing one and automation one. So please try to go through it daily. First 4-5 sessions will be, 6-7 sessions will be theoretical part will be there. Just you need to understand this entire process.
Yeah.
You need to understand the process so that any question in the interview they are asking, you can able to answer. See, if they will ask you question, who will prepare the project plan? Now you can able to answer, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what will happen in the beginning? You are going to mention, for example, 3 to 4 years experience. How the
Mm-hmm.
project will be started in your company. Now you can able to explain, right? First requirements phase will be there, analysis, design, coding, testing, delivery, and maintenance.
Yeah.
So my intention is make you understandable each and everything in the testing point of view. You need to understand each and everything. At the end of my course, you will get complete 3 to 4 years level of experience or knowledge. You are going to get it. That's it. That is what my intention. So that is the reason I am covering here theoretical part plus practical part plus real time part in my course. With this, if at all you want to go as a fresher, you can go, or if at all you want to go as an experience, you can go. So that level of knowledge I am trying to give in this course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anything which you want to know for today?
No.
Okay. Are
Uh,
you able to follow each and everything, whatever I am explaining?
yes.
Is it very
I,
clear, or do you want?
No, it's clear. Whenever I will have a doubt, I will ask you that time only.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Sir, actually, can I talk means in this session or after the uh,
No,
session?
actually, it is recording.